thankful for that. But yeah, I'm kind of glad Lamont let shut everybody up. Everybody ate crow. You know what I'm saying? And some of them just didn't know. You know, just didn't know Lamont, but a lot of them know it. But a lot of these Cavs fans don't know boxing. Criticize them.
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand her.
The press conference for the Gervonta Davis-Lamont Roach rematch quickly escalated. And it wasn't the fighters who set the tone. It was Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis, who wasted no time in bringing the heat. He boldly accused Roach of waking up a dangerous Gervonta Davis and now fearing the fallout. Ford's words weren't just trash talk. He stared down Roach Sr., locking eyes with him as he shot a pointed message bare. Now you're scared of what's coming. You don't want that.
Hardest puncher I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie.
What's coming? You don't want that beast again. Lamont Roach Sr. didn't take the jab lightly. He didn't brush it off or crack a smile. He came Gervonta Davis, the one who didn't want the rematch die down. And now you want to act tough, please now. With the rematch locked in for August 16th in Las Vegas, Gervonta Davis in the ring, and this time, no one's looking for a repeat of what happened on March 1st.
Rematches that you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's gonna be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta then.
That fight, a majority draw, left a bitter taste for just about everyone watching. Gervonta Davis put his WBA lightweight title on the line, but instead of a decisive victory, fans got one of the most controversial moments in boxing this year. Gervonta Davis dropped to a knee. He insisted it wasn't from a punch, but because grease from his braids got in his eyes, burning so badly he couldn't see. Officials ruled it wasn't a knockdown, an important call that ended up making all the difference. The judges scored it a draw. Gervonta Davis hold on to his belt, but not without plenty of backlash. Now Gervonta Davis making some noticeable changes. He recently posted a new photo and fans immediately picked up on one thing: no braids.
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will it take?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking
the hairstyle at the center of so much controversy last time is gone. That one detail lit up social media. One fan wrote to Gervonta Davis, no braids. That means trouble for Gervonta Davis. There's a growing sense that this is the focused, dangerous Gervonta Davis, and he's coming back with something to prove. The other side isn't staying quiet. Lamont Roach hasn't treated the draw like some kind of moral victory. From the moment the final bell rang on March 1st, he's been active, vocal, and demanding a second shot. He even took to social media to call Davis scared, claiming his team had signed the rematch contract weeks ago. They were just waiting Gervonta Davis up. Now that Gervonta Davis, more voices are chiming in, including one of the sport's elite. Terrence Crawford recently shared his thoughts. Champs Gervonta Davis. And Gervonta Davis going to see a better, Crawford said. But when it comes to Roach, think there's any more room to grow. I think he already fought at his peak.
Lamont Roach throwing his hands fast as hell. He's in the gym preparing. I think the rematch with Roach versus Gervonta can actually be more exciting than the first one. In my opinion, I've said this many times, the actual fight itself wasn't that crazy. The crazy thing is what you've never seen before, the knee. But as far as a boxing match, it was, if you look at the CompuBox, they didn't throw a lot of punches. It wasn't like, it wasn't really a great...
Don't believe he can fight any better. Trent Crawford didn't stop at questioning Roach's ceiling. He also broke down what Gervonta Davis and their first encounter. According to Gervonta Davis, biggest issue was hesitation. He was only throwing 1 or 2 punches at a time. Crawford explained back and still managed the draw. Then letting loose could tip the rematch heavily in his favor. Claressa Shields.
Version he shows up with, and no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third? So when they have a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, oh, Tate's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like,
another decorated world champion offered a completely different take in an interview with Fight Hub TV. She's backing Roach to step up even more in the rematch. While Crawford sees Davis leveling up, Shields believes outside pressure is holding him back. Tank needs to get his fear out of the way, she said. Sometimes anger helps him.
Because I think that the next fight is going to be a whole lot better. And I think the next fight is going to end with somebody being on the canvas, in my opinion. But I think that Lamont Roach, I want to give a shout out to Lamont Roach for, putting up such a, amazing performance. We never seen anyone stand there toe-to-toe with Gervonta.
In a fight, but you can't lose control. He's so frustrated with other parts of his life that it's hard for him to channel that energy in the ring. Shields pointed out that Davis has been juggling a lot legal issues, public scrutiny, and the weight of expectation, and it's been bleeding into his performances. While some fans are excited to see him without the braids and supposedly more focused, Shields isn't convinced that cosmetic changes.
How you think one coming up with
I
Tank?
hope he don't fight Lamont, actually. Like, I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just gonna look bad on the fight with me. So it's gonna look like somebody else already did it. I
You want Tank to knock you out, yo? I didn't say like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
look, that sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
Just reflect real growth, in her view. Davis still has internal battles to win before he can dominate in the ring again. She even floated the idea that Tank might need to step away from the spotlight temporarily to get his head right. Sometimes you've got to fix yourself.
Like I said, Tank is a different animal than people even begin to realize in the boxing world, man. He's on a level of his own, in my opinion. I think this is even going to be close.
All right, Mike, what do you think about that?
I think it was needed, but on the opposite way, though. I think it's more so for Roach, in my opinion. That he proved his point. Honestly, Tank met his match, in my opinion. And Roach honestly should have won that fight. Like, that's my personal opinion. He really should have won. It shouldn't have been no draw or whatever.
Outside the ring before you can be great. And it wasn't the fighters who set the tone. It was Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis, who wasted no time in bringing the heat. He boldly accused Roach of waking up a dangerous Gervonta Davis and now fearing the fallout. Ford's words weren't just trash talk. He stared down Roach Sr., locking eyes with him as he shot a pointed message bare. Now you're scared of.
He's trying to please the fans possibly and take this fight versus Lamont Roach in a rematch. Is it even worth it to please the fans who are going to love you 1 minute, hate you the next? They're going to love him this minute, they're going to hate him next minute. Oh, I don't like it. He can fight Lamont Roach, and they're going to say, well, he's supposed to knock Lamont out if he does win. Or if he loses to Lamont, they're going to say, oh, we knew Lamont was better. It's just always is a never-ending story in regards to boxing. You can't just please the people.
What's coming? You don't want that beast again. Lamont Roach Sr. didn't take the jab lightly. He didn't brush it off or crack a smile. He came Gervonta Davis, the one who didn't want the rematch die down. And now you want to act tough, please now. With the rematch locked in for August 16th in Las Vegas, Gervonta Davis in the ring, and this time, no one's looking for a repeat.
He should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter, it won't be easy.
Of what happened on March 1st, that fight a majority draw left a bitter taste for just about everyone watching. Gervonta Davis put his WBA lightweight title on the line, but instead of a decisive victory, fans got one of the most controversial moments in boxing this year.